The Disability and Philanthropy Forum presents Britney Wilson, Associate Professor of Law and Director of the Civil Rights and Disability Justice Clinic at New York Law School.
I think this moment is particularly interesting because I think most of us Black disabled advocates have always been sort of advocating against and critiquing the siloed nature of social justice spaces, the quote-unquote civil rights, racial justice space, and the seemingly separate disability rights space. And I think advocates sort of acknowledge that the two communities are interrelated and that sometimes our interests align, but I think overall we don't generally do disability work from a starting point of racial justice advocacy and sort of understanding how disability and race, not just as identities, but as social constructs that shape how people navigate the world, relate to one another. But we're in a moment where all of our rights are under attack. And I think, ironically, that's going to force us to think about the way we do this work differently and approach it differently, because we're seeing attacks on Title VI. And maybe if you're in a disability space, you don't typically think about that because that's a racial justice statute, Title VI Act of 1964. But it was also the precursor to Section 504, right? So now when you see that law being attacked, you're worrying about what that means for disability laws. So I think that, ironically, as we're all under attack, it's going to force us to come together in ways that we typically haven't.
To continue your learning journey, visit disabilityphilanthropy.org.